Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Hope you've been having a good weekend so far. Let's see. Last time on Alan Wake, what happened? We're still in Noir York with Alan. And we took a slight detour. We ran into one of the TVs containing the first Night Springs expansion, section. It was episode 1, number 1 fan, starring Rose, and a ridiculous caricature of Alan, his werewolf bad boy twin brother, and the motorcycle that is also a werewolf. So after doing that, we went back into Alan's section and we're continuing on there. We're just making our way through the first chapter, the first loop of Alan's journey. We've been collecting different plot points and moving pieces of the board around to try to find a way out for Alan. Okay, the flashlight's not going, so I'm just gonna. Oh, hello. Hello. Cynthia Weaver worked hard, following her obsessive rituals, sometimes fighting them, always giving in to them in the end. She haunted the halls of Bright Falls abandoned power plant. She was preparing defenses and supply lines for the war she knew would come, the war between the forces of light and darkness. I'm just assuming that I'm supposed to go this way. I can't remember which way I came from the first time. Okay, well, there's at least something right in front of me, so let's do that. Let's see. Oh, nope. Alright, okay, I already got 2 flashbangs, so I'm good on that. I could at least use some heals. Okay. Oh, goals. Complete the ritual in the collapsed tunnel, reach the murder site. Just in case, you never know.
I had a new beat for the story.
Well, that's not ominous.
The dark presence. Fuck!
You could try running a little faster, Alan.
I couldn't hear the dark presence. It was gone. The tunnel was open now. I could get through. The dark presence. I had seen it before. I remembered now. It was always out there, hunting me.
Reminds me of the Foundation.
I had found the murder site. Somehow the victim's heart was the key.
Nightingale's heart, huh?
Something had shifted. I felt an overwhelming closeness to home. An FBI agent? Who are you?
What is this? Who are you?
She can hear me.
I'm Saga Anderson, FBI.
This is Alan Wake. I'm trapped here. The dark place. Under Cauldron Lake.
Cauldron Lake. Who are you?
I'm trying to escape. I'm making progress, but I'm in danger. The dark presence. Help me. Please, help me. I could sense it. I was closer to home. Had the woman in the vision helped me somehow? Something had changed. Outside. Parliament Tower. Where I'd lived with Alice. It was out there. Waiting for me.
Some say that it lives forever, this road that I lose you on every time. Some say that it lives forever, this road. Some say that it lives forever, this road that I lose you on every time. Some say that it lives forever, this road. I can see you there, but you don't see me anywhere. I'm right in front of you, I'm right here on this winding road. What are you looking at? Is it your face on a pane of glass? 'Cause somehow this window becomes a trap on this winding road. Will it ever let me go? Forever I am fading to black. Forever I am circling back, just to fall into this trap. This winding road.
Not only is this a good song, but it's just chill as fuck, man. I love it. Okay, get to the apartment at Parliament Tower. The writer of the first word, not the writer of the last. With the terror of the light and the shadow cast, the third eye now open. To project the night, this is the moment to write. This is the ritual to lead you on. Your friends will meet him when you are gone.
Stepping to the murder site, I'd felt it, hanging in the air. A meaning, the violent emotion of the act. Like a cloud of wrath. The dead eyes of the victim staring at something you couldn't see, and yet making you aware of it. Something had soaked into this place on a molecular level, overlapping with your meaningless existence. Regression to something you had managed to forget. Marking you. Taking you for a ride. Making you crazier.
The station had changed. I was closer now.
The Dark Place, a photography and videography exhibition by Alice Wake. And if you remember, this was actually a plot point back in American Nightmare. We heard her talking about this on the radio station. I'm getting a little choppy here.
Parliament Tower. Our home in New York. Was I really this close to being home? Going up to our apartment? Would I be home? Or was this just an echo of the real thing? Even then, the murder site had brought me one step closer to escape.
Never hurts to get a save in. Especially in this game. Okay, and if I remember correctly, yeah, there's a couple of echoes. And it looks like quite a few items around here. What the hell is that? I don't know. Oh, what is that?
The payphone at the edge of the plaza was ringing again.
Hey, Alan. Thank God he picked up. I thought I lost you again.
Who are you? Why are you helping me?
Did you go deeper? To the overlap?
Are you talking about the murder site? Yeah, I did. I...
That's fantastic, Alan. We're closer to getting out. We're making progress.
Well, we would be if you would answer my damn questions.
Last time we spoke, you were pretty worried about Alice. Did you ever check Parliament Tower? To make sure she really got out of the dark place?
Well, of course she got out. That's why I'm here. That's the whole goddamn point.
Be very careful, Alan. The dark presence is stealing from you. It can already manifest as your double. Scratch will come...
Wait, hello?
Who is this guy? How does he know so much about me? Okay, well, it would appear that this echo is still not available. Nor can it. And I cannot pass to the next area, so we will continue on to Parliament Tower.
Time loses meaning here. How long have I been trying to escape?
In loving memory of
Long
Alan
enough for
Wake,
Alice to think I'm dead.
1977 to 2010, an author and a husband. Conversation. That's just the phone, right? Yeah, okay.
Maybe it was a victim. The writer. The writer. Maybe he was a victim. The cult, using his words. Or maybe he was the monster behind it all. Either way, Alice Wake, his ex, she knew things. It was there in her art for all to see. A cry for help. The darkness she'd witnessed. And that put her in danger.
Was Alice here? In the story?
I don't know, man. You're the one writing it.
Alan.
Alice? What was that? Like a ray of warm light, I felt her presence. It gave me strength to go on.
This is another final manuscript version of the game, or a particular moment from the final draft.
Alice's photo equipment. Set to go off when the door opens.
Get out! Leave me alone!
Alice! Alice! Alice.
Pick photos for exhibition posters.
This is a photo of Scratch. How did Alice get this? Is he stalking her? This is the door to my study, where I wrote my books. This symbol wasn't here before.
Indeed. It's the same symbol from the Ocean View Motel. Video. Art doc on screens, multiple focal points of the dark place. Part 1.
Part 1. What was Alice working on?
When I was younger, photography was everything to me. I moved to New York thinking I'd make it as an artist. And then I met Alan. We had a good thing. were both dedicated by our creative ambitions. The only difference was that Alan's work made money. He brought me work when he could. I took his promo shots, created covers for his books.
Sounds like a real downgrade.
I'm sure he forced his publisher into it. I was taking photos, just not my photos. And that gnawed at me. Things got complicated sometimes, but that's life, right? We loved each other. Then Alan hit a block. I brought out a meaner side of him. One I didn't like. I set up a trip to see a doctor in Washington. I didn't tell him until we got there. We argued. Things went wrong. And he was just gone. Drowned, allegedly. It's easy for people to think it was my fault. Hell, I do too sometimes. About 6 years ago, I started hearing noises in the night. Typewriter keys clacking. Voices. Alan was back. Haunting me.
See the light in the background?
Then it got violent. It was Alan. And yet, it was a monster. He always did have anger in him. I set up cameras around the apartment with motion sensors and flashes. Now, when the monster comes, I turn it into art. My nightmares caught on film. And this is the focus of my new exhibition. To show people the world is so much darker than they ever knew. I'm calling this exhibit The Dark Place.
Alice. Scratch was terrorizing her. Why?
Hang on just 1 second. I need to do something. Okay. Well, let's go find out, Alan.
I sat in the writer's room and wrote a story. Initiation. To project myself through the dark place, to look for a way out. The story had brought me here, brought me nowhere. Looped me back. I was writing the story. And in the story, I now stepped into the writer's room. But there was no one here writing it.
What the fuck? I'm gonna listen to the song every time, and I'm not gonna apologize for it.
Some say that it lives forever, this road that I lose you on every time. Some say that it lives forever, this road. I can see you there, but you don't see me anywhere. I'm right in front of you, I'm right here on this winding road. What are you looking at? Is it your face on a pane of glass? 'Cause somehow this window becomes a trap on this winding road. Will it ever let me go? Forever I am fading to black. Forever I am circling back, just to fall into this trap. This winding road.
Okay, let's recap what you've told us so far, Alan. For the past 13 years, you've been trapped in a nightmare dimension called the Dark Place.
Yeah.
It's like New York, but it's not New York. And can be reached from the bottom of Cauldron Lake, but it's not really under the lake. And after all this time, you've managed to get out.
Yeah.
But so has your evil doppelganger. Mr. Scratch? Or is it the Dark Presence?
Both. It's interchangeable. He's Scratch when he looks like me, but he can change into this other form.
And Scratch, the Dark Presence, wants to rewrite the world in his own image.
Which would be in your image, as he looks just like you.
And turn the world into a fucking nightmare.
During Deerfest, which is scheduled to take place in a couple of days. You got out of the Dark Place by writing a novel, the pages we've been finding. But your double edited it into a horror story that's now changing reality, taking over people,
Yeah.
making them crazy, bringing the Dark Place to Bright Falls.
Yes, fiction coming in contact with the Dark Place can change reality. The story is coming true, soaking into everything like darkness when night falls. But last time it...
This will be back in 2010.
Yes, last time it didn't happen all at once. The story came true bit by bit as it unfolded. And that dark presence was still bound to the lake. I stopped it before it got the ending it wanted. Before it broke free. Based on that, there's still time.
Which brings us to your magical light switch.
The clicker. Magical doesn't quite cover it. Scratch wants it to bring about his ending. That can't happen. If I can get the clicker, I can send him back to the Dark Place, make all this shit go away. Look, I know it's batshit crazy. My memory is full of holes, and I'm not sure how much I can trust. It's like a half-forgotten dream.
Mr. Wake, Alan, we've seen our share of batshit crazy in the past 24 hours. What I want to know is, why am I? Why are we written into the story?
I think I saw you. Or a vision of you in the Dark Place. I think you helped me reach out and escape somehow. With that in the story, Scratch would have edited it to get to you. To hurt you. We are all in danger.
Okay, so now we have a choice to make.
It's insane. And there's so much of it.
So we are back with Saga, right? And the mechanics of this game right now is okay. So we have this puddle. Oh, I guess we can't actually do it yet. We'll have to do it later. Okay, so we have this puddle on the floor, and these puddles transport us between Alan's story and Saga's story. And so the problem is that like originally you get a tooltip that's like, oh, now you can switch between Saga and Alan's episodes, right? And you can switch between them, you know, at chapter breaks, and you can do whichever you can do them in whatever order you want. But like the way the story is being told, Alan's section of the story is essentially a flashback. It's Alan retelling the events of how he shows how he gets to be on shore in the end, like the end of Saga's previous episode when they find him after she defeats Nightingale. So you're intercutting between a flashback, like a single segment flashback, and Saga's story, which is the current events of the story leading up all the way to the end of the game. So personally, I think that the way the game's story should be told is to play Saga's up until you switch to Alan, and then do Alan's entire segment at once. So like do the whole thing without cutting it back to Saga, and then after finishing Alan's entire story, you do Saga up until the end of the game. I think that's how the story like makes the most sense to as a complete story. So once we unlock the puddles to go back to Alan, we're gonna do that. We're gonna play all of Alan's segment at once.
Have you ever heard of the Cult of the Tree?
Creepy bunch. In the habit of wearing deer masks, performing murder rituals, victims turning into monsters possessed by darkness, possibly inspired by a horror story written by a certain author. Ring any bells?
The cult. Yes. Yes. They have the clicker.
If the cult has the clicker, does that make them Scratch's followers? How are you so certain they even have the clicker?
They could be working for Scratch. I don't remember. It's all confused.
Alan, if I'm gonna act on this information, you need to be honest with me.
Yeah, of course.
Is he confused? Or is he hiding something? Wake said the cult has the clicker. How does he know?
The writer is the reader. The next chapter, the next chapter, the next chapter. Keep the pages safe, the dark shining of the words.
Wake is hiding pages. That's how he knows the cult has the clicker. Wake has a double. Mr. Scratch. Where is he now?
A cloud of wrath wears my face. The dark place in your place. Scratching out my body of work.
Scratch is here. In Washington. He's hunting Wake. Scratch looks just like Wake. Why?
Don't wake up the dreamer if your life is a dream. I swam to the shore, but the water is rising.
Wake and Scratch are clearly connected. Maybe Scratch got out because Wake did. Or vice versa. Okay, Mr. Wake. I know you have more pages of the manuscript on you.
You don't understand how vital these pages are. They're the only way I can know what's coming.
You're not the only one trying to solve this. This is our job.
Okay. Here. Now, this is all I have. Be careful with them.
I mean, at the very
Inside
least,
the
let us
trailer,
read it.
At the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the Cult of the Tree. A cultist stared at her. She drew her weapon. Standing inside the trailer, at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the Cult of the Tree. Her mind reeled from what the horror story was now claiming about her. Her life, her past. She didn't accept it. She stepped out of the trailer. She needed air. But she wasn't alone. A cultist stared at her from behind a deer mask. She drew her weapon, shouted, ran after him.
Wake just gave us a lot of information. But this clicker seems like a good place to start. If we find that, then we find the cult. The Cult of the Tree has the clicker Wake told me about. They're a part of all this.
Why work for Scratch? What does the cult get out of it? Indeed. Is the note inside to scare people off? Do they expect people to break into these?
The pages we've been finding are from a horror story called Return, written by Alan Wake. And the contents of this book are coming true. Why couldn't it have been a romance?
Because then you get werewolves with motorcycles. According to Wake, the dark presence can sometimes take his appearance. How? Why? It would make sense that light is effective against the dark presence, too. Oops.
Keep trying.
Well-lit areas are safe from the dark presence and the Taken. Wake, in the form of Scratch, the dark presence is editing Wake's story, wants to turn the world into a fucking nightmare.
Huh.
Okay, well, obviously I can't let that happen. When the dark presence looks like Wake, it goes by the name Scratch. An evil twin is a bit convenient. I'll keep an eye on it. Wake was in another world that entire time? How does she have a picture of the dark place? So whatever you write in the dark place becomes reality? It can't be that simple. A magic light switch. Where do I even start with that? This only gives us 2 days until Deerfest. Wake says that the dark place can be accessed from the bottom of Cauldron Lake. So what? Cauldron Lake is the gateway to some other world?
The dark place makes writing come true, taking something real and nudging it. They're treating people's lives like toys. Can Wake be trusted with that kind of power? Can anyone?
Yeah, well, it has been shown that things don't go well for people who get involved in Alan's stories. Art in the dark place changes reality. If not stopped, story will overwrite reality? Question mark. Some other strange reality, the dark place, merged with ours. This place and the dark place. The page called this area an overlap.
Yeah. The dark place. A dimension that's home to monsters. Huh. Wild stuff.
Another world reached via Cauldron Lake, home to the dark presence, bleeding into our world through overlaps. This board's getting pretty big. How to enter. The poem was about a local legend, a witch's lost heart, about terror. An overlap needed a push from both directions to manifest itself. Reality eroded by repeated dark lore and a center point, crafted in depths of the dark place connecting the story on the other side.
Yeah.
For the overlap to form, it can't just be an urban legend. It must be supported by an accompanying narrative in the dark place. Bedtime stories, folk tales, urban legends connected to a specific place. These were the sites where overlaps came to be. So overlaps can only form in specific places. The stronger the connection between the belief and emotional response, the better. The darker, the better.
Doesn't look right.
Eh?
No.
What? Oh, okay. It sounds like darker, more emotional works are more effective at altering reality.
Makes sense.
In the rhyme, the mother crow tried to protect its nest, but ultimately failed. Well, we're not gonna let that happen. The hero of the rhyme left her child unprotected.
Keep trying.
A dark substance appeared when the rhyme was completed. Okay.
It's all on the page. The clicker, the cult. Okay, I'll head to Watery and find this trailer. Casey, you stay here and keep an eye on Mr. Wake.
Got it.
No, you need me there.
No dice, pal. This is an FBI investigation, and I don't see a badge on that flannel.
From now on, you can switch between Alan and Saga stories via the bucket in the janitor's break room. Feel free to play in whatever order you choose. Yes, okay, so here, like what I was talking about a few minutes ago. So from here, well, first we're going to save it, but now we're going to go back and do all of Alan's story.
I was back. I wasn't able to escape. The dark presence had stopped me. I would write a new draft of initiation to reach Parliament Tower using another murder site. Scratch was reaching out from the dark place to get Alice. She was out, but still in danger.
Welcome. Our guest tonight is Alan Wake. This time we wanted to do something.
I was back.
Oh, hell yeah.
I knew how this worked now. I could take control, no more surprises.
What demons he wrestles with.
Arguably the best section in the game.
With our house band, the divine old gods of Asgard, we have created something very special. The song is called Herald of Darkness, but I like to call this next segment the story of the journey of Alan Wake, the musical.
Sam getting down over there.
We'll chat, but instead of talking, we'll sing it.
Okay, I can get into this. Actually, hang on. Okay. All right, let's do it. We sing.
Nice and sheltered with mama's pretty stories and your own made-up fury. And mama gave me a magic clicker. Well, yes, I think it's true and fair to say.
Going this way. So, as you can tell, this is kind of like the Ashtray Maze in Control. The music will loop in certain segments until you move on into the next area.
Drawn to stories early on. My dreams would light up my imagination. And you had nightmares night and day. Yeah, but with the clicker, I chased those frights away. Ooh, you, so true. So here is the clue of hope to remember. Visions, they come true. Bend the lights with steel.
His facial expressions are killing me. Oh shit, it's Sam Lake! Damn, killing it with this guitar solo. Me that way, huh? But what if I want to keep listening to the song? Damn, killing it. Finally? What are you talking about? That kicked ass, man. Alan's a hater. Can't believe they put all this together and he's just like, whatever.
And the award goes to
What a loser.
Alan White.
And all your stories of crime and chilling thrillers of hard-boiled killers became bestsellers. It was all too much, I had to get away.
I love how they have everybody like literally pointing out the direction you're supposed to be going, so you don't get too caught up in this.
But there is more to it than meets the eye. I never meant for it to ruin my life that way. Would you say you lived a jaded lie? Dark shades could never save the day. So sad, but true.
Oh, poor Alan. Why do they cut away from the band so much? I want to see the band. Yeah, a little audio desync on this one. Oh, there we go. It's a spiral. We're going in a spiral. Yeah, Ashtray Maze was excellent on its own, but they're really cooking with this one. We Sing is just like, this was a segment where I started playing, when I went through this the first time, I was like, this game kicks so much ass. It's so awesome.
He could write a new story like Tom Zane before him, and maybe they'd be happy once again. Just one shot, one more chance for him to save their marriage away from the city, a romantic getaway.
Well, that's an odd thing to find.
Still he's a torchbearer, and it couldn't be much clearer. A war meets its warrior, true and right. The darkness within him held her hostage. Had he seen her drowning, would have saved her from the darkness of the lake. So many champions of light. Oh, I'll show you that arrow of darkness. Lost in the never-ending night. Time and tears to the surface.
Ouch. Not a fan of the reload canceling. Reload the goddamn gun, Alan. And of course that didn't kill both of them. Oop. Wait for Solo. Oh shit, it's going down now.
That was pretty good. A vision.
Oh shit, it's not over.
Such a dark place, am I trapped in here? Is this real? I cannot remember. There was a manuscript, it held a key. A vicious cycle I must not surrender to. Echo scenes to seek out again and again until I figure it out to bring this song to its end.
The final chorus brings the song to its climactic end.
You gotta figure it out to bring this song
The stunning conclusion. I remember seeing this when they did it live at like the Game Awards right after the game came out, and they would cut to Sam Lake because he's doing the dance right there, and he had like the biggest shit-eating grin the entire time. Like this was the best moment of his life, being able to perform the song. I was so happy for him in that moment. God, that section.
I thought this place couldn't get any stranger.
The level's so good. I can't wait to see what they do for the next game. Like, they've been between Control and then this. I know that they're gonna do something that like just takes it even to an even higher level, you know. Hey, Ati. Okay, this time I am gonna skip it because we just did a musical, so. You got anything for us? Nope. Okay.
It was all about me. This performance the Dark Place was putting on. But I had no control over it. I knew how utterly lost I was.
Now, see,
The payphone was ringing again.
You're not entirely
The
correct.
caller was back at it. I had to find out more.
He thinks the Dark Presence put that musical on, but in fact, it was Warland Door. And see, the posters have changed. Nightless night. The heat of the murder was like a crown burning on his
Last time
brow.
the caller pointed me in the right direction.
A Thomas Zane film.
Alan Wake? Do you know who I am?
How the fuck could I?
Whoa! There's that famous temper. Lucky thing I'm not a paparazzi.
You keep jerking me around, refusing to tell me who you are.
You remember? Oh, fuck me. Alan, listen. Tell me, how much do you remember? Did you visit Parliament Tower? Did you find anything there?
Yeah. Alice is in danger. Scratch is reaching out to her, and there's another manuscript. Not initiation, return. I saw the title page. I don't remember writing it.
Return? Oh man, this is what we're after. The Scratch can't have it. Our survival, the survival of the fucking cosmic everything depends on this. Come to me. Ocean View Hotel. I left my room key for you. It's right there on the payphone. Remember, the Dark Place works in loops and rituals. If the waves keep pushing you away, you just need to find another way in. We go with the flow of this ocean. Catch you soon, brother.
The Ocean View Hotel. A suspicious invitation to a shady meeting.
Room
Right
665.
on the money for the hard-boiled genre the whole city was built upon.
Okay, maybe now we can go further down the road. Word of aid. Trauma pad effectiveness. Yeah, sure, why not? And then it looks like I had a word of fix. Oops. I do not believe I can get in there, though, because the Sky Bridge, I think this is a second section to the Ocean View Motel.
Wake.
Oh, that's a bad guy. Is that just a shortcut? Guess so.
Alan Wake.
Go away, please.
The Ocean View Hotel. My destination. A loop that delivered me back to the street. What did the mystery caller said? If the waves keep pushing you away, you just need to find another way in. With only dream logic to lead me to the hotel, I looked to the neon signs for guidance.
A dark presence is out there. It's hunting me. Its spies are always watching. It's trying to catch me. I think it did more than once. It's stealing from me. Stealing my identity. It wants to be me. Replace me. Twisted version of me. Scratch. Mr. Scratch. It's slithering into the story. Once it's in the story, I have to use it to keep the story true. I got in. I have to make the story darker now. But that gives it power. That's bad. I don't want that. But I have no choice. It's an arms race. Alright, I'll keep it together. Damn it. I'll be the first one to cross the finish line. I have to beat the devil at his own game.
The story I was building was fragile, constantly under attack. There was no time to waste. The dark presence was only a step behind me.
Now, who do you think is always sleeping out here? Could this be another one of Tim Breaker's spots?
Casey! You're the killer, the cult leader. It's in your eyes.
No! You've got the wrong man! It's Scratch! There's no time to lose!
You're going nowhere.
That's hardcore, Alan. You just killed your own creation.
I was dead tired. I just wanted it to be over. It was all my fault. I'd had this dark place in my head for so long. Sometimes I'd forget the pain was there. Like it was the way you were supposed to feel. I was not in a dark place. I was the dark place. The source of it all. The vessel. Me and the writer. We were the same.
There's some crazy camel work going on here.
This place kept pushing me under, getting into my head, poisoning me with darkness. I had to find a way to escape before it was too late.
Can I take
Too
his
late
Beretta?
again.
Room 665. I can't take Max Payne's Beretta. Sad. The reflections in this section of the game look really good. Like, I wonder how it looks with like actual ray tracing on and stuff. I bet it looks pretty cool. Oh, we got some tense music going on here.
Alan Wake. Alan Wake.
I wonder if I can grab this. I feel like there's a box or something hidden up here. Right in the middle. Okay. Oh, yeah, there it is. And it's empty. Okay. What is going on back there? Oh shit. Of course, I don't have any fucking flare gun ammo.
I hate the word. You can't stop the story.
And I'm stuck.
I will.
Okay, well, the next box I find, yeah, this thing better give me something. Well, I could really go for some flares and or flare gun ammo. Well, I guess technically I do need that too. God damn. Like, I actually need items, but it's not giving me anything. Alright, flashbangs. I have flashbangs.
Alan Wake.
It was locked from the other side.
Thought I heard Tim. Okay. I guess that's not not the solution. Oh, it looks like there's an echo over there.
This city will suck you dry if you stay here for too long. You'll end up a lost soul, haunting the streets and alleys. A faded-out shadow, glimpsed by some other poor bastard on his way toward the same fate. Your broken dreams become a broken mirror, and the twisted reflection staring back at you with all the pent-up anger, regret, guilt, and shame was the monster you could never get away from.
Man, you're depressing. Well, we got nothing else left to upgrade, so that's what we're doing. Okay, I can hear him. Where is he? Tim, are you in here?
Hey, Alan.
Hey.
How's the memory doing?
Sorry, who are you? Kidding. Good to see you, Tim.
You had me going.
Cozy place you got here.
You know, your disappearance from Bright Falls is still the only thing that folks talk about. Well, that and Deerfest. Is this where you ended up back in 2010?
You know about that?
Well, I am the sheriff of Bright Falls. Or I was.
So Deerfest is still a thing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's bigger than ever. You know, I got zapped here right before it was about to happen.
Funny, me too. Are you related to Sarah Breaker? She was the sheriff of Bright Falls back in 2010.
Yeah, she's my cousin. I had a police sketch made of Door based on my dreams. I sent it around and Sarah recognized the face from an old case file from the 80s. I moved out there to look into it and became sheriff after she left to join the feds.
The feds, huh? The FBI or the FBC?
What was in the case file about Door?
Not a lot of details in it. A local man named Warland Door went missing near Cauldron Lake. Eyewitnesses claim he was struck by a bolt of lightning and just vanished. I never found any official records of a Warland Door living in town or anywhere.
Indeed.
Another dead end.
And we will hear more about that later in Saga's story. Door went missing in 1988. Age has not aged. Longevity, not human. Alien, magic. Uncle Frank would have known more, but he is dead. Not his real name. Hidden meaning, indeed. Maybe even goes by names such as Martin Hatch. What is this place? A dream? Feels like it. Not real. No oh, wait. Actually, we already read this one, didn't we? Yeah. Okay, Tim. Well, how are you finding pizza in here, man? Is it any good? It looks kind of blue. Maybe that pizza's no good. Okay. I was gonna say, give me a slice. I'm hungry. Is that a bad guy? I think that's a bad guy. Oh, no, okay. Okay, oh, we'll drop a quick save real quick. Still am curious to what's up with that. Nope, nope, nope. Sorry. Go back up. Well, I guess something's better than nothing, right? Okay, now, actually, I'm curious. Hang on. Where does this door go? And the last one we're working on here is restores 50 health for each second using flashlight boost. That's not terrible. Okay, and then...
I could see the Ocean View Hotel. I was getting close. The lights affected where the door led to.
Oh, okay, so it was over there. Now, if we had to go over there and remove the water tower so we could go through this door and get down the stairs. I see. Okay. Yeah, I already got that one. Okay. Well, what the fuck, man? What am I missing on this one? Okay. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing there. Try our new Ocean View cocktail. A 4-digit code. You have found an episode of Night Springs. This is optional content unrelated to the main story. You can access it now or later in the main menu. I actually don't really want to play this one right now.
The bar menu caught my eye.
Ocean View Cocktail, $25.50. So this is technically it's the last episode of Night Springs that we have not played. I don't really want to say what it is, but it's definitely my least favorite of the 3 episodes, and it's not interesting enough to interrupt my game by playing it right now. So we'll do that as like an extra episode after we completed the main game. Rose's story was funny enough that I am willing to play that now because I enjoy it, but not so much on the middle episode. Zane the diver. Closed due to water damage. Do not enter. Well, there's only one way to go. You still need to go through the loop.
The room was empty except for the projector. More games. Was the film a message waiting to be played?
In this temple of shadow and mist, there's a window in the floor and a door in the ceiling. There's no knowing, am I standing still, or running, or kneeling?
You're the one who's been calling me.
Indeed. I'm Tom Zane. Welcome to the House of Zane.
The poet. The diver. You look like me. How the hell?
Or maybe you look like me, you handsome devil. The diver was a beloved character I played in one of my films. I'm a filmmaker, a celebrated auteur.
I need answers. Why is Return so important? What?
Alan, you always get worked up like this. Come on, I'll fix you a drink. You and me, Alan. We're in this together. 2 artists collaborating, remember? Crafting the keys to our escape. Your magnum opus, Return, and its companion piece, my film. Sharing our life-altering visions, a melding of higher minds. Dreaming up our transcendental work of art. Here, in this room, 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 in this room.
Hey, remember this song from American Nightmare?
I need the clicker. It's returned, but because we returned.
And that is how the magic happened.
Enough of this bullshit. Alice is in danger. I need another murder site to go further. Back to Parliament Tower. Scratch is...
Your wife is safe, back in the real New York. But Scratch is reaching for her through an overlap. Return is the key to escaping the dark place. You need to get it before that freak does. There's a murder site here in the hotel. Let the waves of your writing carry you there.
Hello?
Oh shit!
They're all yours. If anyone asks, you were never here.
What was that about?
Thomas Zane had ended our talk in what felt like a paranoid fit. I had what I needed from him. There was another murder site in the hotel to guide me further toward my escape. I had to write my way to it.
So, when Control came out, I talked about this during that game, but there is a website ARG thing called This House of Dreams, and it's a series of blog posts of a person who moved into a house in Ordinary, Jesse's hometown, and she starts finding stuff related to Alan Wake. And there's an entry about the owner has a dream about Thomas Zane, the poet, like the original Thomas Zane, the diver, and he is in the dark place with Martha Jagger, like not the Dark Presence version, but the actual Martha Jagger, and he writes himself out in a way that he exits like our reality, kind of, into another dimension. So, ostensibly, if we're following that canon, the original Thomas Zane does not exist here anymore. So this is a different Thomas Zane that was I guess, this is the Dark Places version of Thomas Zane. He does not entirely act like Scratch does. He's not seemingly overtly evil like Scratch, but he's not Thomas, like the real person.
Whispers from the police radio kept me awake at night. The word through the ether. A murder in the backdrop of a play featuring a murder cult. How meta can you get? He said, looking knowingly at the camera. I could sense the cult of the word in this, and their leader, Mr. Scratch. Rumored to be Alan Wake, the writer who'd gone missing years before.
The hotel was a perfect setting for a Casey story. I was on the right path. I would start at the entrance lobby. The entrance hall set the mood, where everyone had come in. The victim, the murderer, the detective. An idea, clear as a vision, waited for me here. The plot board was empty again. I needed a new draft, back at the beginning, but closer to my goal.
Just said you had a new plot board. okay. Apparently I just had to enter and exit the room. Ocean View Hotel.
So, you were the director of this play?
Yeah, that's me. Our performance of The Cult was cursed from the pre-show ritual on. The Cult is an immersive theatrical experience.
Uh-huh. You're gonna have to walk me through what that means.
Immersive theater. A play where the audience can participate, spread across this hotel. The Cult is a legend. The only written copy of the manuscript lost, the play is passed on as oral tradition between theater companies. Each company only performs it once. The play was said to have special power. We were like kids playing with a Ouija board. And when you call for the devil, it will come.
The pre-show ritual. That's it. Set it up. Start from the beginning.
This is the ritual to lead you on. Your friends will meet him when you are gone.
Layers upon layers.
A forbidden
a play about a murder cult, infiltrated by a real murder cult.
Everyone is invited to the pre-show ritual in the ballroom.
Alan, awake. Wake. This is my story.
Huh. How did I automatically reload? Whoa, shit. What's happening? Okay, well, obviously not getting in that door yet. Hey, anybody seen The Shining? This remind you of anything? Man, I'm not getting shit for flare gun ammo in this game. What the fuck?
The room at the end of the corridor was closed off. It felt significant. Something terrible would happen there.
Ooh, what's this?
The troop were busy building their own Wicker Man, where they themselves would be sacrificed.
Sucks for them, I guess.
The prop room had been changed from room 104 to room 225.
Wake. I ride and I ride and I ride and I ride.
I didn't have the key.
Interesting. Reminds me of the other ocean, well, I guess the same Ocean View motel, but in a different location. Okay, well, if it's giving me another save room already, then let's assume that it's for a reason.
Wake. These words down your throat.
What? Well, that must be why they gave me a safe spot, huh? Reserved for rehearsals.
It could not be opened on the side.
A flare. Wow, thanks. I guess I really... Here, let's switch positions on the flares and flashbangs. Okay, we got an arrow here, and we got an arrow here. Okay. And there's no marking indicating a word of power in here. Okay, well. Oh, wait a second. Okay. Okay, I shot twice, but I only had to reload one bullet. Damage dealt by last bullets. Double barrel shotgun by 25% when hitting multiple enemies with one shot. Restores 15% of max health and when landing a direct hit. Yeah, see, okay, during We Sing, I know I shot a whole bunch of people like right in their face with the flare gun, and I wasn't getting health back. So I wonder what's up with that. And I don't have any flare gun ammo right now anyways, so there's no point in upgrading that. I could have sworn there was a Night Springs thing on that TV. I hear something over there. Wow. Nice physics. 209. Ah. It's Casper Darling.
This is Dr. Casper Darling, formerly of the Federal Bureau of Control. I think the signal is coming through now. Are you receiving me? Something shifted. The previously observed interference disrupting my broadcast has gone. Fluctuation in gravitational forces. Either something moved out of the way or my relative position to it changed. But the alignment or the condition of this whole plane spiraled to a more favorable position.
Spiraled, huh?
The ordinary rules of reality do not apply here. The best I can describe this place is a dreamscape. But who's the dreamer? And how do you wake up from this dream? I've been taking readings with the limited equipment I've been able to secure. Some riveting data accumulating. Hypotheses taking shape. My struggle with this is that the way this place works makes any hypothesis immediately come back to alter and contaminate the data. Anyway, I've been working to capture and isolate and amplify certain frequencies from the background radiation ambient noise, so let's see what happens. There. The deeper into the dark depths I got, peeling off the layers of the dark place, like the ocean zones, from twilight to midnight, to abyssal to the deepest trenches. The closer I'm going now, peeling off like this voice, the narration, from twilight to midnight. It keeps going forever. This leads me to believe it's what's holding this place together. It's making it real. Is this the voice of the dreamer? What's strange is it sounds a little bit like my voice.
Now, this is another Final Draft specific moment. If you in the original New Game version, you just get like this. You look at the TV and you get the very beginning of it, where Casper is like tuning the static, and there's no voice or anything. So you come back here in the Final Draft and you get this, like, the whole movie. And there's actually another. I know there's at least one more. I think there might be two more that are also Final Draft specific. I mean, okay, wait. What? Got the key for which room? 209. Hey.
Hey, Tim. New map, huh?
Yep. Look, I've never been to New York, but I can tell you that this ain't it.
Wait a second. 219. I probably need a key to get in there, but
I heard you humming again.
Yeah, I can't get this song out of my head. It's a real earworm. I hear it in my dreams.
I know that song you keep humming. It's the theme from Night Springs.
That old sci-fi show?
Sci-fi horror anthology. I used to write for a long time ago.
Look, it sounds a bit nuts, but I think the song is connected to Door. Or it's my subconscious telling me that this is all pretty out there.
well, you're right on both counts. We got green text. The red-headed woman connected to Door. I know her. Where do I know her from? Her identity changes. Connected to polyhedrons? She will come for me. Indeed. You know her from Quantum Break, and her identity does change. Her name is Jessie now. Or, in one reality, her name is Jessie. And she is connected to polyhedrons. Okay, let's go check out 219 real quick. I'm pretty sure I need a key for it, but... Oh, interesting. What's with all the vases?
This is where they gathered before the play. This is where it began. Another vision. Another idea.
Why set up a play in a hotel? Why this hotel?
Because the rent is cheap? No. The ocean view was perfect for this. It's said to be haunted. Dark stories about murder, death, suicide. Supposedly, an actual cult once performed an unspeakable ritual to summon Something in the ballroom. Did we summon the same thing? Tapped into something horrifying? It seemed like it was part of the play, but it wasn't. Does that sound crazy?
You don't want to ask me about crazy, kid.
A haunted hotel. Yes. That's a trope for a reason.
Pre-show ritual. The actors played with fire. They opened the door for the real cult. Haunted. The play was a ritual, waking up a dark sleeper. Well, things definitely went to shit in here, huh? Okay, so which way are we going? We are going... right. Nope, left. We're going left. Wait, what was that noise? We want to go see Jesse. Let us in. I want to go see Jesse.
The ballroom would be the stage of a key scene in the play.
Room 101. Should we go see that before we do whatever is about to happen in here? Wait, can I even get to the first floor? Damn it. Okay, 104. 101.
The visions I'm seeing from the world beyond this nightmare from home, they sink down to the bottom of this ocean. I catch them. Visions, echoes, big fish. Some are actual events, some are forgotten ideas. No, it's good. No, it will work. They're my inspiration, elements for my story to make it more true. Even the parts that are true. I must change reality to escape. The writing has to be just right, or else it'll all just wash away.
Wait, is that flare gun ammo? Okay. No, god damn it. Okay. What? A battery pack. Handgun ammo. Okay, we're gonna drop the painkillers. That's all I can carry? Fuck. Oh, really bad at the controls. I can only carry 2 flare gun ammos. Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna do something crazy. Okay. Word of stuff. Magic pocket. Ooh, yes. One charge. No, we. Too bad I didn't get this. Fuck. If I had gotten this before I went back to room 101, I would have both my shotgun ammo and the flare gun ammo. Damn it. Oh well. I'm sure I will find shotgun ammo pretty shortly. Okay, so a place of celebration gone twisted and dark. Pre-show ritual. The troupe prepared for their performance, calm before the storm, a dark ritual and a haunted hotel to summon the star.
The scene had changed.
Play schedule. Remember, hit your marks, keep your masks on, and make it weird. Tuesday, October 22nd. Rehearsal in room 219, moved to 202. Thursday, 24th. Pre-show ritual premiere. Is there anything else in here? It says there's actually 3 containers in here somewhere.
The cult in the play was called the Cult of the Tree. With their deer masks, they were the backwoods echo of the cult of the woods urban horror.
Okay, well, obviously not in this one.
It's getting real, all right. I recognized my writer's room on the stage. I almost dreaded the ideas this would conjure up.
Nice set you got here. What was the scene in this room?
Well, this is what we call the writer's room. In the play, it's where the devil rewrites reality whilst God is asleep. The devil was our star role. I got a big-time celebrity to play him, and he was method acting the role to perfection. He never broke character, always wore the cult mask. His name was scratched out on the posters.
And who was this mystery celebrity? Let me guess. Alan Wake?
I wish I could tell you. But turns out there were masks upon masks. Whoever he really was, shit got weird when he was around. Some of the crew joked that we'd actually hired the devil to play himself.
Mr. Scratch is the devil. He was born to play the role.
I had to agree with Casey on that.
Actually, hang on. Oh. Okay, so you have to hold down select in order to open the map, and if you tap select, it just sends you back to the mine place, and I have a hard time actually holding down the button. How many of these are bad guys? They're probably all bad guys, huh? Get out of the way, please. Oh, that's just a regular guy. Okay. Here's one. Okay, can we get more shotgun ammo? Since I recklessly threw it away. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Oh, what? It just respawned the whole room? Fuck you. Just trying to look for these different... There's 3 things in here, supposedly. Okay, well, let's get crazy.
This was dark, but the story had to be dark.
And now there's more bad guys. I've been through every permutation. Oh, okay. Well, there's at least one more chest. I'm not sure where the other one is, though. There's supposed to be another one over here, but I didn't see it. And it respawned again? Damn. Okay. Hey, Tim, do you know where we're supposed to be going now? Oh, shit. Please stop following me. Okay. Jesse, help me. I need help. Okay, I am guessing now that we have... Now that we have the devil, I'm thinking we go back to the final scene. And I'm guessing the trail of dead bodies means I'm on the right track.
The plot changed the details of the world.
Yes, I realize this, Alan. Thank you. Am I missing something? I can only rewrite in the scene I'm currently in.
I had to be at the scene to see and understand it. The devil walked through the hotel, dragging the whole place to hell with him.
Wake.
Wonder if I have to set all the scenes to the devil?
The devil's path up the staircase was draped in blood.
It's starting to leech you up.
Oh, what the fuck?
You are lost.
Well, that certainly took up a chunk of resources. No. That one, yes.
I'm lost in the dark.
I felt the presence of a new idea here.
Mr. Scratch, if that's who the actor playing the devil was, had stayed in the hotel. Asking around at reception got me a room number. 666. He had requested that room, specifically. The devil had a sense of humor. Or he really didn't. It was funny either way. According to the director, the actor hadn't mingled with the rest of the cast. He had only come out for the play. And always in character.
You would think that 666 is like one of those things that hotels would not have. Kind of like how most buildings don't have a 13th floor because it's unlucky. You would just never have a room 666. Of course, you know, this is a video game and a horror story within a video game, so obviously there would be a room 666, but I'm just musing about real life. Lots of locked doors on this level.
Scratch had been here. I could sense his presence lingering in the room. I was about to have another killer idea.
Oh ho ho. Uh-oh.
Let's talk about the murder victim. The lady who was killed in the climax of the play.
The leading lady. Oh, it was an honor to get to work with her. A grand dame for sure. She went back a long time. Kept insisting she had seen the long-lost original script of the play. She'd been with this mysterious writer, his muse. That was her role in the play. The muse.
She was staying in room 108, where the murder happened.
The set of the final scene, right. The devil comes, an unstoppable force crashing through the hotel through each scene, executed with devastating mastery. And all leading up to him meeting his muse. It turns out he knew her. He had only joined the play to get to her.
To murder her.
Not you again.
Uh-oh.
Shit. Get away! Get away! Get the fuck away from me!
I had to reach the light ahead to hide from the dark presence. Made it. I made it. The dark presence had come for me. Drawn to the story I was writing as it grew darker.
I've had enough of that freaking gumshoe dick asking too many freaking questions. Not letting us proper police take care of it.
This is our chance to make the powers that be happy. We'll be set for life. Part of the inner circle.
Well, amen to that, partner. I like it. And so will the fraternity, the club, the word. Our dear friends with many names. The way I see it, it was a lone nut job. A junkie out of his mind on some fancy new designer drug.
Open and shut case. All we gotta do now is dump the evidence from room 108 in the usual place in the alley.
The scene here had changed.
That looks interesting. What was that all about? I am not going to read all this. Sorry. Lost on the shore, between the forest and the ocean, the owl and the deer, reflected in motion. In his room he will hurt her, in hers he is caught. His story ends, her story does not. This is the ritual to lead you on. Your friends will meet him when you are gone.
This was the murder site. There was a record at the bottom of the bathtub, beneath the body. Somehow it was important.
Uh-oh.
Another step. Somehow I was closer to home. Closer than ever before. It's you again. The FBI agent. Saga Anderson. I'm closer now. I can feel it. You helped me get closer to escaping.
Wake? Are we still trapped? Yeah, the clicker. We can...
You know about the clicker. It can help us. I destroyed the dark presence with it last time. You can help. You can find it. You must find it.
I can get it to you. I have to understand. Did you write the story?
Alice is in danger. I have to stop Scratch. I have to find Return. I need to get back to my apartment. I'm writing a story to get through. Initiation. It's the only way.
The story. You can do that. You can write out...
It lasted only for a moment, like two planets passing in orbit. Saga Anderson was helping me go deeper, closer to escape, somehow. I had to trust her. Parliament Tower. I had to get back to my apartment, my study. I had to find the manuscript of Return.
Saga sounded a little agitated there at the end.
Some say that it moves forever, this road that I lose you on every time. Some say that it moves forever, this road. Some say that it moves forever, this road that I lose you on every time.
The lyrics are just like totally mismatched to what we're hearing right now.
It's not meant for me. They're meant only for you, I see. Wake up, it's only a dream on a winding road. Now that you're in my bed, in the dark chamber of my head, I flip you over until you bend this winding road. Don't you ever let me go. Forever I am play and pretend. Forever, never, wanting it to end. This message that you send to this winding road. It's just the beginning, only the ending. Winding through me now. Just the beginning,
When it says loops forever, I think it's actually serious on that particular one.
Alan, wake.
Nope. See you later. Not dealing with you. It's about 3 hours on this stream. I feel like I think I can go a little bit longer. Oops.
Parliament Tower was here, again. Zane said the manuscript of return was the key to escaping. I had to get it before Scratch did.
Don't forget to use the janitor's bucket to alternate between characters. Alan and Saga can be played in whatever order you choose. But I choose to play all of Alan's first. It's like I said, I'm pretty sure this is the way the story should be playing out.
Alan, you must hurry.
Alice's presence was here. Like the sun coming out from behind dark clouds. It pushed me forward.
Nope. You still need to go through the loop.
Alice had turned the bathroom into a dark room. I needed to get inside the manuscript.
Greetings from Hollywood, from Barry. Hey Alice, I'm more of a fish out of water in Hollywood than I ever was in the Pacific Northwest wilderness. These yuppies with their glow-in-the-dark teeth couldn't be more fake if they had 6 fingers. And everything is so fucking great all the time, even when it's in fact the opposite. More than once I've thrown up in my mouth during meetings with these movie exec jerks, but I gotta be here to look after Al's legacy. Everyone wants to gobble up the film rights for the Casey books, and they have moronic ideas of what to do with them. It's my duty to herd this horde of tan zombies into the general direction of something resembling good taste. I'm painfully aware of how deeply Al would have hated adaptations if they didn't do justice to his vision. He was a master of hating things deeply, for good reasons. I mean, that's why we loved him so much, right? Anyways, gotta hop on another video call now to talk about casting. Your pal Barry. Joined a cult from Barry Wheeler. Hey Alice, you're gonna think I've been replaced by an evil double, but I have joined a cult and I love it. Joking about a cult. Kind of. Blessed Wellness Retreat. Working with Al or with the Andersons was tough sometimes, but these movie biz types are insane. My stress levels were through the roof. But then I was tipped off about the retreat. The best decision I have ever made. I've never felt this good and, well, healthy. The guy who runs this place, Chester, is a goddamn miracle worker. Not a wacko in any way. I know you think I'm full of shit, but I've lost a ton of weight. You wouldn't recognize me. Chester says I'm lucky to have ended up here, that something bad would have happened to me if I stayed in New York. I believe him. I wasn't feeling great after everything that happened, especially after those FBC creepos wanted to chat with me. Enough to turn anyone into a conspiracy nut. I hope you're good over there. Come visit anytime. West Coast is not as bad as I made it sound in my earlier emails. Checking in. Hey Alice, checking in because I haven't heard from you. Everything good back there? I've been trapped in non-stop meetings with no breaks. Open kimono, I've considered peeing in a mug, and lunches be damned. How these people ever get a movie made when all they do is sit in meetings is beyond me. I'll handle it. Hey Alice, the sharks circling. They now want to turn what happened to Al into a movie and or a TV show and or, get this, a fucking video game. I told them to fuck off. And also, in case you hear about this from someone else, a true crime writer named Tammy Booker is working on a book about Al. I hunted down her publisher and told them we'll sue. Don't worry, I got it covered. How is everything? Everything good with you back home? Just checking in. I tried to call, but I couldn't reach you. You're probably just deep in your creative process. I know how you artists get when you're when you're in the middle of your projects. Everything else disappears. If you call back and can't reach me, I'm doing whatever it is an executive producer is supposed to do. Still a mystery to me. Oh, and if you want me to help me with anything business related to your exhibition, just say the word. Oh, poor Barry. He's not writing it back at all. Also, it's 2023, and she's using, like, a fucking compact Presario with a CRT. Like, wow.
For months after Ellen died,
The depths.
I didn't leave the apartment. I was flattened by the confusion, shock, the guilt, fear. I could barely get out of bed. Barry Wheeler started visiting. He even cooked me meals. I couldn't stand the guy when I first met him, but he's a better friend than I gave him credit for. And he still checks in. Even after he moved out west.
Oh, and why is Barry not in this game? Like, Barry was one of the ended up being a really good character in Alan Wake 1, and he's not here. It sucks. Trigger when viewer close, intimate. Sorry, I'm stepping all over your photos.
Alice's work had consumed the apartment. Her whole life.
Need to show you the truth. Oh, wait. Okay. The darker, the better. Sounds like something Alan would say. What does that say? No much things as too... Oh, no such thing as too personal. The photos are me. Wait, what's the direction I'm supposed to go? And then... Okay, I guess there isn't like a number sequence to this. Oh, part 3. Okay, sorry. I guess there is a number sequence. Part 2. The comeback.
One morning, I saw bedroom window. It was a balloon of some cartoon animal. And I looked out at the street below, and I saw a little girl crying. Like losing that balloon had just ended her whole world. It was the perfect image of the horror of caring. And that's when I got myself out of bed. And I picked up my camera.
I just want to check if there's more to these TV, then it's letting on.
One morning, I saw a deer soar past my bedroom window. It was a balloon of some cartoon animal. And I looked out at the street below, and I saw a little girl crying. Like losing that balloon had just ended her whole world. It was the perfect image of the horror of caring. And that's when I got myself out of bed. And I picked up my camera.
Okay. Just wanted to check. Okay, so now we go over here.
There was something in the dark. Something I needed to see, to show. The more shadows I photographed and filmed, the more I felt like I was on the verge of a breakthrough. I submerged myself in it. I only went out at night. My search became obsessive, but I still had no idea what I was looking for. There's a world hidden behind ours. A dark tide ebbing and flowing against reality. Faces in the shadows. Fear of the dark is really just fear of what could be, that vast, paralyzing ocean. But photography can freeze reality in a snapshot, put a cage around the infinite and capture it. I need to prove those faces are really there.
The full manuscript of a novel. Return. A horror story about the dark presence escaping from the dark place, taking over Bright Falls. I couldn't remember writing it. I had not written it. I would never write this. I knew who had. Scratch. A monster with my face. If this story came true, Scratch would get out, people would die. Destroying the manuscript, it wouldn't stop it from happening. I would have to fix it, edit it. I could not change the genre of the story. I'd have to work within the constraints set by Scratch. I needed someone in the story to fight the darkness. Saga Anderson. I kept seeing her in my visions. She was already in Bright Falls, already involved, but she was not in Return. Not yet. I'd write her in, try to stop Scratch within the limits of the horror story. It was almost impossible. It was taking too long. I had not reached the end.
That's actually a very short chapter.
Scratch stopped me before I could finish my edits to the manuscript. The memory of my edits was already fading. Terrible things would happen if the manuscript came true. Scratch was there, at Parliament Tower, undoing my work. He could use the story to escape. He could go after Alice. Zane had said we worked on Return together. That was a lie. Scratch wrote Return. I would pay Zane another visit. He had guided me to 2 murder sites. I needed a new one to get back to Parliament Tower. A new draft of Initiation.
Okay, since we are conveniently finally at a spot with a save point at the beginning of a chapter, I am actually going to save it right now, and we will end the stream here before we continue on. So thank you all for watching and joining me with our continuation of Alan Wake. I hope everyone enjoyed We Sing. We Sing is awesome, so I hope you enjoyed that. And I will see you all later. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, the rest of your weekend, and I hope you have, well, I guess a good day. All right, I'll see you later.